Lies, the deception, the severe allergen to the truth. It is getting stronger and stronger with Angel Reese. Woke corporations, along with their pretend friends in the mainstream media, they are begging you to embrace Angel Reese and her dozens of aliases. I'm so special. I'm so great. One name cannot contain my greatness. My name is Angel, Bayou Barbie, Chi-Town Barbie, Double Barbie, Me Bound Barbie.
The lies, the deception, a severe allergy to the truth. It's getting stronger and stronger. Woke corporations and their friends in the media are begging you to embrace one player, Angel Reese, and her dozens of aliases. I'm so special. I'm so great. One name cannot contain my greatness, it seems to scream. Angel Bayou Barbie, Chi-Town Barbie, Double Barbie, Me Bound Barbie. Angel Reese came to hoop, but suddenly she's trending like it's peak reality TV drama. Why? Because Mama Ree just hit Twitter like it owed her money, throwing shade with the precision of a veteran heel at WrestleMania. Subtweets? Absolutely. Indirect smoke? Oh, it filled the timeline. Now everyone's asking, what did Angel say? Who is Mama mad at? And why does this feel less like basketball and more like a crossover episode between The Real Housewives and WNBA Twitter? It's not just a sport anymore. It's a soap opera in sneakers.
What's up, y'all? I just want to talk about this chick, Angel Reese, for a second. She has been all over my timeline, over my Twitter, or X, Instagram, TikTok. She's always pushing people and this and that. She's always in controversy. So let me address this situation real quick. How is she a professional athlete? Like, can we step back for a second and just analyze this situation? How in the world is this chick a professional athlete? She is, out of all the clips that I've seen, she is the worst basketball player I've ever seen.
Oh, so we're out here naming daughters after ourselves like it's a one-woman dynasty rollout?
Let's be real for a second. This chick has been everywhere. On every timeline, every platform. Always pushing, always in controversy. So let's analyze something crucial. How is she a professional athlete? Out of all the clips out there, some are calling her the worst basketball player they've ever seen. Seriously. The worst. You almost feel bad how bad it appears to be on the court, yet she constantly wants to be compared to WNBA greats and even Caitlin Clark. Speaking of names, how about naming your own daughter after yourself, like it's a one-woman dynasty rollout? Angel Reese naming her baby Angel Reese isn't legacy. According to some, it's a plot twist in a Netflix docuseries. Who holds a newborn and says, "Let's double down on me"? That isn't generational pride. That's perceived brand management in a baby bonnet. It's giving main character energy with a side of, if I go viral, she will too. At this point, it feels less about lineage and more about securing a future endorsement deal at the maternity ward. Iconic or unhinged? You decide.
The harder they push Angel Reese, the more she seems to be rejected. And now we have Angel Reese Sr. coming to her defense. Now we have Mama Reese trying to rally the fan base. Or as Angel Reese would call them, aunts and cousins.
The harder they push Angel Reese, the more she seems to be rejected by the general audience. And now we have Angel Reese Sr., Mama Ree, charging in to defend her. Mama Ree trying to rally the fan base, or as some might call them, aunts and cousins. And let's not act like this whole mess isn't soaked in irony. The WNBA finally gets the spotlight. Momentum, headlines, sold-out arenas. And what happens? A match is lit and tossed like it's a team-building exercise gone wrong. All because one girl from Iowa decided to be exceptional at basketball. That's the real controversy, isn't it? Caitlin Clark showed up, drained some threes, broke records, and suddenly it's like she kicked over the league's sacred picnic table. The drama isn't about the game, it's about ego bruises and misplaced pride. Somehow, Clark's simply existing has turned into a national crisis for anyone not born within shouting distance of a cornfield. Like, when did being from Iowa become a felony? What's the charge? Excessive humility and elite shooting range? All Iowa supposedly did was grow some crops and birth a baller who drops logo threes like she's syncing a smartwatch. No drama, no scandals, no burner accounts, just buckets. But instead of celebrating her, half the league seems to act like she crashed the family reunion and insulted Grandma's casserole. Olympic-level overreaction, deafening insecurity.
sitting here saying, oh my gosh, is this for real? Is this really for real? But I'm going to show you this video because if you haven't seen it yet, you're going to absolutely fall out of your chair laughing. I know what I'm going to call this. I'm going to call this the curse of Dave Portnoy. Barstool Sports El Presidente. He went on a rant about that Ryan Clark stuff, and he said all he had to say about Angel Reese and Ryan Clark and that whole mess. And I will say this, his rant cursed Angel Reese because she proceeded to have the absolute worst game of her life.
This insecurity seemed to boil over during an on-court moment. Obviously, Angel Reese, who actually played okay and looked like she improved her game slightly, made a mockery of her existence, some claimed. She got fouled, a totally common foul by Caitlin Clark going for a layup. Angel falls down and then seemingly attacks her, making it a joke out of her existence and perhaps showing why everybody hates Angel Reese, according to this take. Some critics cried shame on the WNBA for upgrading this to a flagrant foul, calling it the most common routine foul of all. And speaking of perceived slights, let's turn to the Olympic roster and how Caitlin Clark was shockingly left off, as if she were some third-string mascot rather than the most talked-about player in women's basketball. It's baffling to pretend the decision was purely about fit or experience, when every time Clark steps onto the court, she commands attention and brings in viewers. Yet, instead of celebrating her talent, some seem to feel personally threatened by her rise. This surge of love for Clark has apparently sparked an even larger wave of hostility, targeting her, Iowa, and anyone who dares to support her loudly.
And then obviously Angel Reese, who actually played okay and looked like she improved her game, made a mockery of her existence. She got fouled, totally common foul by Caitlin Clark, going for a layup, falls down and then attacks her basically and makes it just a joke out of her existence and why everybody hates Angel Reese. And shame on the WNBA. Upgrading this to a flagrant foul, that's a flagrant foul. It was the most common routine foul of all.
Leading that charge, enter Mama Ree. Twitter fingers blazing, caps lock likely stuck, defending her daughter as if she's guarding the last slice of cake at a family gathering. Her passion is clear, her protectiveness understandable, but many argue it's completely unnecessary. At some point, you have to ask, why does your baby keep jumping into drama like it's a trampoline? Critics argue Angel isn't the victim here. She's no longer even pretending to be subtle about her stance. This is professional sports. People talk, people react. If you play the villain long enough, don't be surprised when the crowd boos. It's not bullying, some claim it's branding, and she's writing the manual herself. You can't dance around the court taunting opponents, stir up social media feuds like a reality TV star, and then clutch your pearls when someone finally pushes back. That's the game they signed up for. The victim mentality isn't a genuine defense, some argue. It's a calculated strategy, one that Mama Ree seems to have embraced as a full-time gig. Watching adults weaponize social media as if every tweet is a sword in some grand battle for justice is exhausting. At some point, it's less about protecting your daughter and more about ensuring she never learns how to handle a punch without crying foul.
In basketball, I'm 5'5", so there's a whole realm of basketball I can't experience. I don't have any above the rim experience. On the other hand, I'm not Angel Reese. I'm 99% on my layups because I can't afford to miss a layup. My layup is my dunk. I don't care if the defender is 7'9". The taller and bigger he is, the more he cannot keep up with these first 3 steps.
And let's not forget the liar label that keeps getting thrown around. Angel seems to shift narratives faster than a DJ at a party. One week it's about women's empowerment. The next it's about everyone being out to get her. Then she's misunderstood, then bold, then the blueprint. It's like following a soap opera where the plot changes mid-episode as if the writers are high on Gatorade and delusion. This constant spinning makes it impossible to keep up, and the audience is growing tired of the spectacle. You can't claim team unity and growth while simultaneously planting drama seeds every time the spotlight dims. It's always something, some coded tweet, vague shade, a dig wrapped in passive-aggressive glitter. And the second someone pushes back, it's the end of the world. Suddenly it's, why me? And y'all don't support women? No, people just don't support nonsense. There's a difference. Adding to the fire is the persistent claim from some corners that she is, genuinely, the worst basketball player they've ever seen. And that's not presented as an exaggeration. "I wish I was lying," one voice states, "because I feel bad for her for how bad she is. But she is so bad at basketball. Yet she wants to be compared to Caitlin Clark and all these great WNBA players. She's not even close. There's middle schoolers that can beat her." Harsh words that underscore the frustration some feel about the gap between her fame and perceived on-court performance.
The worst basketball player I've ever seen, and that's not an exaggeration. I wish I was lying because I feel bad for her, for how bad she is, but she is so bad at basketball. Yet she wants to be compared to Caitlin Clark and all these great WNBA players. She's not even close. There's middle schoolers that can beat her. It is so, like, what do y'all agree with me? Because I hope I'm not the only one. She is just not a good basketball player, and she needs to keep her mouth.
The league, critics argue, doesn't need more drama. It needs stars who carry themselves like stars, not divas auditioning for a Netflix docuseries. Caitlin Clark, despite all the attention she's garnered, never asked for this chaos. She didn't instigate fights, name a rop, or stir controversy. She simply played basketball. Yet somehow her mere presence feels more threatening to some than any trash talk or hard foul. Her existence seems to trigger those who believe the league would always revolve around them. Meanwhile, let's talk about the fake feminism that's often tossed around like confetti. Half the time, Angel's camp screams support women, but the other half, they're throwing grenades at other women just for excelling. Where's the unity in that? The sisterhood mentality vanishes the moment someone else gets the spotlight. It's not about equality, it's about control. Who gets seen? Who gets praised? And if that woman happens to be white and from Iowa, that's apparently a DMN deal breaker. The hate is starting to outweigh the love, not because Caitlin Clark has done anything wrong, but because some people can't handle not being the center of attention. They can't stand that she's the star selling jerseys, filling seats, becoming the household name casual fans recognize. That level of visibility fuels jealousy, and for some, it's turned into irrational resentment.
Here's the issue facing Angel Reese. After bad losses, she sometimes publicly plays the victim. Racist comments were directed at her in the arena or especially on social media, and I don't doubt she has heard some in arenas and read a number of racist remarks on social media. And as I continue to say to all WNBA players, just don't read them.
This is the issue facing Angel Reese, critics claim. After bad losses, she sometimes publicly plays the victim, citing racist comments directed at her in the arena, or especially on social media. And while no one doubts she has heard some in arenas and read racist remarks online, the advice from this perspective is simple. Just don't read them. Instead of stepping up, they lash out. Instead of riding the wave of success, they throw anchors, dragging everyone down with them. Instead of mentoring younger players on how to shine, they spend time stirring petty feuds on Twitter and playing the martyr in the midst of a growing empire. It's not inspiring. It's draining. If Angel truly wants to be regarded as a serious star, it's time to start acting like one. Drop the theatrics, skip the subtweets, and stop pretending every critique is oppression or every reaction a sign of hate. Critics point out that Angel Reese transferred to LSU, which is hardly a Cinderella story. It's more like, I got a full ride to one of the biggest schools in the country and still somehow feel oppressed energy. We're supposed to believe this is a rags-to-riches fairy tale when the glass slipper was handed over in a Nike box. She played at a top-tier SEC program, gained national attention, secured NIL deals, magazine covers, and an entire marketing campaign built around her as if she's the second coming of Serena Williams. So forgive the rest of us if we roll our eyes when the pity parade starts marching down Main Street.
WNBA All-Star starters were released and people are pissed. This is how votes were cast. 50% was fan vote, 25% was media, and the remaining 25% was current players. One person that was not one of the 10 starters selected, Angel Reese. Now, Angel was actually 5th among frontcourt players in the fan voting, but she didn't even rank inside the top 10 in current player or media voting. The top vote getter was unsurprisingly Caitlin Clark with over 1.2.
And don't even try the I came from nothing act. No one's falling for that when you're living the influence.
Adding to this complexity, the WNBA All-Star starters were recently released, and people are pissed. Votes were split between fans, 50%, media, 25%, and current players, 25%. One person not among the 10 starters, Angel Reese. She was 5th among front court players in the fan vote, but didn't even rank inside the top 10 for current player or media voting. The top vote getter was unsurprisingly Caitlin Clark, with over 1.2 million votes. And don't even try the I came from nothing act, say the critics. No one's falling for that when you're living the influencer-athlete hybrid fantasy. Crying from a luxury apartment while filming content for Gatorade and rocking custom sneakers doesn't scream struggle. It screams curated chaos. You went to a university where football players ride scooters to practice, and the cafeteria menu reads like a 5-star brunch. Let's not pretend you were out here hooping with holes in your socks, hoping someone would toss you a protein bar. And the icing on the cake? Acting like everyone else is just too mean, too critical, too focused on you. Please. And if someone suggests just, maybe you're not above the game, you'd think they declared war on basketball itself. Let's talk about this don't tell me I'm privileged attitude when they're living lives most people only dream of, playing sports, traveling, getting paid, endorsements, TV time. Yet they're still crying victim as if they're trudging through a Dickens novel, clutching their suffering like it's the only thing that matters. As one commenter put it bluntly, you called her garbage compared to Caitlin Clark. Yes, I love black people, but I think sometimes we do play the race card too much. This ain't racial. This is about sports. This is about athletic ability.
You made some comments about Angel Reese.
Yeah.
You called her garbage compared to Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I love black people. Mwah, 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 mwah. But I think sometimes we do play the race card too much. This ain't racial. This is about sports. This is about athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at Caitlin Clark's game, who's very reminiscent of a Steph Curry based on her range and shooting the three, plus everything else she does. And then you look at Angel Reese, stop it. She just seems as uncoordinated.
It all feels like emotional manipulation on full display, dipped in glitter and posted with an aesthetic filter, all while rocking lashes longer than the stat sheet and pretending that everything's just so hard. And then there's Mama Reese, still playing Twitter warrior in 2025. At this point, some feel she's like the stage mom who keeps forgetting it's not her audition. Every time Angel's in the news, even if it's self-inflicted, Mom is right there in the replies, breathing fire like someone canceled Christmas. She's out here defending a grown woman like she just lost her favorite toy. It's not endearing anymore. Every tweet is a mini soapbox monologue that somehow ends with the world being unfair, the refs being biased, and Iowa being the villain in every storyline. Iowa, the land of corn and politeness. This leads to the bigger issue, critics argue. This ridiculous wave of activist energy that's less about justice and more about attention. The fake wokeism. The constant cries of racism from players who seem to get full red carpet treatment every time they sneeze in a new city. Take the moment Angel Reese appeared to slap a clipboard out of her coach's hand. Disgusting, some claimed. Let's not normalize disrespecting your staff, coach, and teammate. One reaction read, she acting like she good or something. Her behavior, both on and off the court, has been called intolerable. Then her fans come to her defense. Oh, men do it all the time. Remember Travis Kelce? He choked his coach. All that? It's a double standard. Some extreme reactions even suggested she needed to be benched, ejected, suspended next time.
Angel Reese slapping a clipboard out of her coach's hand was disgusting. Oh, Angel, let's not normalize disrespecting your staff, coach, and teammate. She acting like she good or something. I'm surprised she ain't rebounding. Her behavior has been so intolerable, on and off the court. She keep on, she gonna be playing in Pelican Bay. True female YN activity. This new generation don't respect shit. Then her fans coming to her defense. Oh, men do it all the time. Remember Travis Kelce? He choked his coach. As a man, all that. It's a double standard. How we pull a Brittany Griner and send her ass to Russia with a dime bag, she gotta go. But on a serious note, let's do benched, ejected, suspended next time.
It's no longer about genuine activism, some argue. It's become performance art. This generation of WNBA players and their fans have seemingly turned victimhood into a currency, and their business is booming because of it. And don't even try to compare this to real struggles. No one's denying discrimination exists, but this isn't Selma, and it's not 1965. This is a professional league where the stars earn significant money and still seem to act like they're oppressed by referees and rival fans. It's delusional, theatrical, and honestly, it's getting old. Really old. They call out racism faster than some critics claim they miss layups. The outrage grows louder than the game itself. Here is a wild thought. Maybe some players are more marketable not primarily because of their background, but because they're simply better. Better shooters, better passers, more capable of handling fame without self-destruction. Perhaps the fan base isn't inherently racist. They're just tired of drama queens with poor shooting percentages pretending they're silenced. Spoiler, no one silenced you. You're everywhere, on every timeline, and many are simply over it.
Angel Reese needs to be better at basketball. I'm not talking about as a person. I'm not talking about as a podcaster. I'm not talking about at the Met Gala. She needs to be a better player if we want this rivalry to be able to have some staying power. She had a very, very busy offseason, but at this moment, it does not seem like the offseason involved a lot of mic-in drills of left-handed layups. Right now, Angel Reese, she is a wildly famous
Angel Reese needs to be better at basketball, plain and simple. Not better as a person, or a podcaster, or at the Met Gala. She needs to be a better player if this rivalry and her status are going to have any staying power. She had a very busy offseason, but at this moment, it doesn't seem like that offseason involved a lot of Meekin drills or working on left-handed layups, according to the criticism. Right now, Angel Reese is wildly famous. Every commercial, every panel, every news segment. If this is oppression, it's the most glamorous form of it ever invented. Crying all the way to the bank with designer bags and reality TV deals lined up like she's the next Kardashian. Spare us the sob story, because at this point, it's not about race. It's not about equality. It's about ego, and nothing bruises the ego like realizing someone else is the main character. Now, you'd think this league would be celebrating the unprecedented spotlight. Instead, critics say, they're actively trying to dim it unless it shines only on the approved players. They want viewers, but alienate half the audience by turning every post-game press conference into a TED Talk on oppression. People are tuning in for basketball, not a sociology lecture. Stop treating every foul like a microaggression and every criticism like a Supreme Court case. Sometimes, many argue, it's just a bad game, not a national scandal.
Somebody has to tell the truth because everybody's afraid to do it. They make up fake stats and stupid historical, oh, it's the first time somebody ever had this for Angel Reese all day, but they don't tell her the truth. Angel Reese is the problem in the Chicago Sky. And I've been telling you this since last year. You're not going to win a championship the way that they're playing right now. I don't care if they have Nafisa on the team, Breonna Stewart, or even Aja on the team. If you play your offense through Angel Reese, you're never going to win a championship. Never.
Meanwhile, fans, real fans, are caught in the crossfire. Somebody has to tell the truth because, as one voice put it, everybody's afraid to do it. They make up fake stats and stupid historical comparisons all day for Angel Reese, but they don't tell her the fundamental truth. Angel Reese herself is the problem. In the Chicago Sky, many predict they're not going to win a championship the way they're playing right now. I don't care if they have Nafisa, Breonna Stewart, or even AJ on a team. If you play your offense through Angel Reese, you're never going to win a championship. Never. These are the fans who just want to support the game without being labeled bigots for cheering for the wrong player. The fans who don't care about skin color but focus on skill and performance. These are the ones leaving in droves because they're tired of being told they're on the wrong side of history for preferring a clean jump shot over a controversial hot take. This whole martyr complex some players and fans have built up is so inflated, it might just float away. It's a league of millionaires acting like revolutionaries, while the rest of us are expected to nod along and watch them rewrite reality in real time. But the truth, according to this perspective, is simple. Loudness doesn't equal correctness. Bitterness doesn't make you brave. And naming your daughter after yourself doesn't make you iconic. It just makes it look like you ran out of baby names and self-awareness at the same time. Maybe it's time to grow up. Stop pretending to be the victim when you hold the crown. Because if the biggest problem in your life is someone from Iowa getting more cheers than you, then congratulations. You're not oppressed. You're just salty.